thank you again for this invitation, and thank you for having us here. So today I'm going to present the FSM, the Food Safety Market, a project coordinated by Agronow, the Food Safety Intelligence Company. And I would like to start my presentation with a story. So I would like to introduce to you to Anna, that she works as a food safety professional in the Greek branch of an international retailer. So Anna, as you can understand, currently, due to COVID, she is working from home. So she needs to ensure that the food that they sell at their supermarkets is healthy and safe. And also, normally you might not see her at home. You will see it as that photo, being in a production plant, traveling and inspecting facilities and production sites of their suppliers, and see how they ensure food safety and hygiene across their product supply chain. But there is a but, and during the COVID-19 outbreak, it is impossible for her to travel. So the question is, how does Anna and other food safety and quality assurance professionals in food production, in food distribution, in retail, ensure that what it gets on our plate is clean and safe? So as we speak, a major digital transformation and a great data chain challenge is happening, and it is linked to one of our most valuable resources. This is our food. And with that said, I would like to introduce you to the food safety market, the FSM as we call it, which is an SME-powered industrial data platform that aims to boost the competitiveness of the European food certification. So as you may see here, the project kicked off just a month before the COVID-19 outbreak hit Europe. So we see this relevance, and we see the connection of supporting data chains, and we really are devoted to our mission to create a transparent data-powered certification ecosystem, which will allow for all of us to have access to safe food. And this is actually being developed by a diverse consortium led by SMEs, consisting of deep tech SMEs like us, Agronow, Sirma, UBEDEC, and Origin Trail, and AgTech SME, AgriVe, which owns an awarded farm management system, a multinational European certification group like TÜV Austria, with different branches spread across Europe. The top, actually, they won and only PDO and PGI, one certification company in the country which produces the highest quantity of wine in the world, in Italy. This is Valor Italia. And two highly experienced academic and research partners, University of Vienna, where this team works on data protection and data security, and also a first-class global agri-food research organization, the Wageningen University for Food Science and Research. So currently, the global food industry relies on getting certified according to specific food safety standards. So the FSM project will build upon the state-of-the-art blockchain technologies to ensure that we will have an open and collaborative virtual environment that facilitates exchange and connection of data between the different food safety actors, and also enable to them to share information that is critical to ensure that we have a certified food on our plate. So the FSM aims to serve a multi-sided market, which consists of over 3.6 million companies. And this is a multifaceted market, and we foresee that we are in the center of it, serving each and every one of this diverse group of stakeholders with credible food safety and certification data. And also, we will see it also afterwards that many of these stakeholders are the ones that will extensively test and pilot the services of the FSM. So moving on, the main objectives and key innovations that the project will bring. And first of all, and the stage actually that we are right now is to understand the complexity of the food safety certification industry, and also the whole processes behind auditing, and translate them into actionable requirements for the FSM platform. After this, we'll follow the development of the backbone and front-end services of the FSM platform in order to ensure that it supports secured and controlled data sharing workflows and transactions among the stakeholders. There will be piloting, and will be extensive piloting among 11 different pilots spread across Europe, and I will tell you more details on that with various stakeholders from the food supply chain. And also, another key objective is to design and implement and also validate with the partners mentioned above a commercial strategy focusing on driving the adoption of the FSM services. So the key advancements that the FSM aims to bring is to incorporate advanced semantic technologies supporting data interoperability and integration capabilities. So apart from that, it will support multilinguality, especially for localized food safety applications. It will also include a multi-sided data brokerage service where actually different actors like farmers or food manufacturers can act as traders of their own data. And this can also be used for the purpose of certification or product risk assessment or the overall verification of their of the processes that they follow. And last but not least is the real-time processing and big data storage and visualization capabilities that it will encompass. So what about the use cases? What we are going to pilot actually, because the real challenge at this case through FSM is to empower all actors involved in the food certification, ranging from the manufacturers to the inspectors and retailers, with the powerful tools of that will enable them to exchange data, link data, and integrate data. So the pilots, the 11 pilots, as you see on the map, will run across Europe, Middle East, and West Africa. We will have companies and other supply chain stakeholders to test and drive the adoption of the FSM platform. You see the countries taking part, and our piloting exercises will focus on the business needs expressed by different stakeholders. So again, the key is to make these processes that are already being followed, that are data intensive, make them easier and create reliable access to the data that, for example, the certification bodies are inspecting. Also, as expected by food distributors and retailers, enable an easier and more reliable access to the data that are relevant to their suppliers, or the product batches that they are getting from their suppliers. And as regards the farmers and food manufacturers, they need and they request an easy way to share in the appropriate format the data that they monitor, ensuring that their products are safe and compliant. So the foreseen outcomes of the FSM project are to specialize and adapt all, let's say, the outcomes and the business validation scenarios to the local needs of the food companies and the different supply chain stakeholders. Also to ensure that everyone channels secure and trusted data through the FSM platform, and also motivate the local stakeholders around the pilots to engage with food companies and their supply chain stakeholders, and leading to gradually onboard actual clients to get used the FSM platform. So how are we going to measure this digital transformation challenge? These three criteria are the way that you are going to measure the progress. I would highlight the percentage of the actual business revenue that each of the certification partners are enabling through the platform. This is we aspire to have over 10% of the agri-food certificate channeled through the FSM platform at the final year. So as you may understand or may be aware, the food certification sector consists of a wide variety of data formats, various data types, and of course full with standards. And with standards, I mean also the food safety standards that are being followed. So you may see indicative data types from measurements, lab test reports, supplier data, and as you may see, there are already existing ontologies that are being followed. So the challenge here is to map these ontologies with the ontologies that we are going to develop within the FSM. So the overall business impact, before I will go to that, I would like to highlight just some key characteristics of the market. As I said, it is a market that is actually in the phase that it's being transformed and disrupted. There are examples around the globe that big retailers are already adopting blockchain-powered solutions for data sharing in the sake of food traceability, and it's a market which constantly grows, and it is expected to reach 500,000 food producers. So if we were about to measure one key metric, and that would be it. So we aspire to have 800 certificates, food safety certificates issued via the FSM platform out of the 8,000 certificates that our partners publish each year. So we aim that in 2023, we will have more than 600 food companies sharing their data through the FSM platform, and also farmers participating there, making it easier for and also affordable for the majority of the food SMEs. Also, we see this having a tremendous impact on the overall farm-to-table food safety policy of the European Union, and also contribute at last to increase the consumers' trust to the European food sector through transparent and reliable food safety data sharing. So the challenges that, let's say, we start to face, as I said, we are on the beginning, and to regard to the data, are dealing with the data interoperability and the semantics. So how we are going to model, interlink, and connect different food safety data types and ontologies. I mentioned here some examples of standards that you may have heard regarding food safety. You will see that we will be at a multilingual environment. So this will be also a great challenge. And also we foresee that the integration of the platform with third-party systems is something that will be a challenge as well. So we will tackle it with different approaches. So at the end, with that said, the key goal, let's say, of the FSM platform is to democratize food safety data. So to create a European platform for secure and controlled data sharing of proprietary and commercially sensitive data related to food safety, risk assessment, and certification. So that's all from my side, and thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Theo, for the great presentation. Very nice. I would have one maybe clarification question. You mentioned this concept of certification. I was wondering how this would exactly facilitate that you can also ensure the data quality of the, let's say, participants that are certified. Because in the end, things like bad data quality could mean some false negatives for the safety identification, right? So do you incentivize or control, or what's your mechanism?
Yes, for sure. This would be monitored, let's say, by the partners on the ground for this process. But also we are following specific standards and specific ways of sharing and ensuring the high quality of data through, for example, the origin train protocol. I think I have mentioned that we have one company, Origin Trail, which with the protocol that they have put in place, they ensure that data is shared in a high quality, let's say, and also in the same sense ensure that this data remains unharmed by the ones that will access them, for example.
Okay. Thank you very much for clarifying. Very good. With it, we can move to